Hey, I'm back again going over 3-3. So again, we solve, let me zoom out a bit, we solve inequalities the same way we solve equations. So here I have 2x is less than or equal to 10, and I have 2x equals 10. Boom, we solve it the same way, divide both sides by 2 in both situations. Again, the difference is this. If we were to graph x equals 5, just a dot, not much going on there. Now if we're graphing x is less than or equal to 5, boundary number, solid dot, and then going to the left. X is less than or equal to 5, so 5 or less will work. Again, keep in mind, students, the symbols go like this: less than, greater than, solid dot, sorry, open dots, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, solid dots. These ones go that way, and these ones go that way. End of story. The only trick when it comes to multiplying or dividing is this. If you have A is less than B, let's say A and B are numbers. If A is less than B, then their opposites will have an opposite symbol. All right? So because of this trick, here's an example. Right here I have negative 10 is less than negative 5. Think about temperature, friends. Negative 10 is colder than negative 5. Now if I flipped them on the other side and made them positive, so if I took negative 10 times negative 1, and if I took negative 5 times negative 1, if I made them both opposite, I would now have 10 and 5. Don't think too hard. 10 is greater than 5. 10 is now more, all right? So when you take numbers that have an inequality between them, or an expression that has an inequality between them, and then you make them opposite, or you manipulate by a positive, you manipulate by a negative when it comes to multiplication division. If you multiply or divide by a negative, the symbol must flip. Okay? When you multiply or divide by a negative, the symbol must flip. Now, that doesn't mean automatically if you get a negative answer, your symbol must flip. That means, did you do something, and by something I mean multiply or divide, was your action a multiplication or a division by a negative number? Now, if you just subtracted, that's not multiplication or division. If you end up with a negative number, that's not necessarily multiplying or dividing by a negative. So make sure you're careful. Just because you get a negative answer does not mean you flip the symbol, okay? Let's go back to that example ahead above. Now I'm gonna make it a negative 2x is less than 10. Divide both sides by a negative 2. I did something, multiplication, division. I divided by a negative 2. My symbol must flip. Okay, you don't upgrade the symbol. You don't change the type of symbol it is. It's still a less than or a greater than. I don't change it. What I mean by that is I don't change it into one of these. Okay, if it's gonna be one of these two or one of these two. You can't really change those solving. Okay, so divide by a negative 2, divide by a negative 2. 10 divided by a negative 2 is a negative 5, and then I flip the symbol. X is greater than negative 5. Open dot, going to the right. Now careful here, just because you get a negative, like I said, doesn't mean you necessarily flip a symbol. I have x divided by 5 is greater than or equal to negative 3. As you can see, I multiplied both sides by 5. Now I did something, but I did it with a positive number. I multiplied by a positive. That does not mean we flip it. We leave it alone. You only flip it when you did something with a negative. I did something with a positive. I did not use a negative. Now, did I get a negative answer? Yes. But just because you get a negative answer doesn't mean you automatically flip. All right, multiply both sides by 5. I got a negative 15. Symbol stays because what I did with a positive number. Yes, I got a negative, but the action I took was with a positive number. So x is going to be greater than or equal to negative 15. Negative 15, solid dot, going to the right. That's it, students. Okay? Did you multiply or divide by a negative? Because if you did, the symbol must flip. That's all I got. Peace out.